Mm, Caitlyn's probably a better pick, but they banned it. Kate Braun would be pretty dirty. But now you ban this away from Apollo. He's going to go for Thresh and Kog'Maw. Now Kog'Maw has an escape. And now they know it's a top laner. And they banned Camille. This is actually pretty good from Clutch because what happened here for TSM is this ban ends up being useless because it's already a mid lane Swain, right? And this ban ends up being okay, but then like both these bans are good from Clutch. And the reason that they're good is Ezreal denies an escape from Sven up against this Thresh. And then the Camille is considered the big counter to Gnar. And so what they would do is they would just pick Camille here because they have counter pick, right? So these two bans are actually useful. These two aren't, unless they were going to flex. But that's like the power of flex. Is flex makes it so one of your bans is not that useful in the grand scheme of things. Keep in mind, this is Apollo. Like this is Wiz Fusion who really likes Varus, and they already have Thresh. So like Thresh enables you to play Kog'Maw or Varus because you have the Lantern, right? So if this isn't, if this ends up being Kate for Sven, if they don't ban it, and then they get Varus, and I think Varus Thresh beats Kate Braum because you have semi double range, and then if one hook lands, you get the CC chain and stuff. So I think that would be fine. The Ornn pick from Hanser into Gnar. He's just looking to survive the matchup, and then once again, they're playing. They're playing 3 tanks, and then Sven and Bjergsen. It's the same composition that they ran last time. Is they're playing, or it's got the same kind of theory behind it because they had Sion, Olaf, and Tom Kench, and then they had Varus, and the whole idea is just make sure that the Varus has people blocking for him. Apollo's Wiz Fusion, yeah. Apollo's Wiz Fusion, dude. Basically, the TSM draft, I think the draft is fine, except I do not like how their bans are used because Clutch Gaming get Swain and they get a top tier jungler, where I would make you pick between the two, right? I would make it so like if you want Swain, I get Olaf and you don't get Skarner. Or if you get Skarner, I get Swain, right? And what they ended up doing is they went, we both get a top tier jungler and a top tier mid laner. And what TSM do is they say, we think this is better because Olaf is greater than Skarner, even though Swain is a little bit better than Rise, or like pretty equal, I would say. If you can use Rise's like side lane pressure, then it's better, but he usually takes TP. So I don't hate it from TSM. I think it's fine. I just don't like the utilization of the bans. But overall, I think it's like I don't think it's garbage, right? I don't think it's garbage. And since Olaf's clear is really good, Olaf kills 3 camps and he's already here by the time that Lyra's level 3. So Lyra couldn't be on this side of the map. Getting level 3, it would have to be Krugs. That's the only way he'd be able to do it. So it's actually really good routing, and like you're just set up in a bad position here as Apollo and Hakuho because TSM are just abusing the map position from the level 1. Hook onto Mithy. Mithy ignites to draw turret aggro. Good flay from Hakuho. The only issue here is that nobody has turret aggro when he hooks. If Mithy has turret aggro at the start, then the hook's gonna blast him, right? Like, yeah. It looks like he's fishing. So what is this? What is this? Mithy takes 1 turret shot. When does he throw this hook? Mithy takes a turret shot and backs up, and then he throws a hook. Yeah. I think he might have been aiming for Sven there. Because if he can hook Sven, then they potentially get him. But nobody has aggro here, so saving the hook is actually a better play. Because if you hook whoever gets aggro first, then they're probably just dead. And then Hakuho does a really good job here. Mithy ignites him, draws turret aggro. Then the flay comes to keep Mithy in range. Mithy takes one more shot. Hakuho flashes, pulls Bjergsen in. Bjergsen gets the first blood. And then they form up again. Bjergsen leaves. Mithy walks up, can't get the tag. Sven heals him. Mike Young walks up, flashes out of range afterwards. The minions get the kill. It's sloppy and it's super risky because like Hakuho had a way to outplay there if he just held his hook. But I don't know if he expected Bjergsen to be there. Yeah, Apollo cleanses because he thought he had heal, and Febivin cleanses because he thought he had TP. Yeah, so I noticed it right away because when I was watching that dive, I was about to just say, where the fuck is Febivin? Like, because he's just sitting mid. Like, he got shoved in by Bjergsen. He answers the wave. It's like, oh, Bjergsen could be bottom. And like during this time, it's like run down bottom, run down bottom, run down bottom, run down bottom, run down bottom. Look at how low they are. They're gonna dive again. Run down bottom. Run down bottom. And I was like, where the fuck is Febivin? I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it's because he doesn't have TP. Yeah. So the fact that he doesn't back, he takes the Spire, gives Lyra information that he didn't back. So because of the Skarner Spire, Lyra knows. I'm actually surprised that Lyra doesn't go straight there. Lyra actually just goes and does his he does his raptors because it's just like you gotta get the chickens, man. You gotta get the chickens. Okay, so what Lyra does is he actually checks if the raptors are there. So remember Lyra started on Mike Young's topside jungle. So Lyra has this timer and he has this timer of the raptor camp. So what Lyra's doing is he's covering options. So he did his own raptors and he goes around here. And I think what he's going to try to do is he's saying Mike Young cleared this camp, and then he went here and did his raptors, or Mike Young took the Spire and then he backed. And if he took the Spire and backed, he's like around here, but the raptors would be up. So Lyra could either get his raptors, or he finds out that the raptors are gone and he goes, okay, I'm going to go to Krugs. And when he goes to the Krugs, I actually think that Lyra expects these to be up, as opposed to I think he thinks that Mike Young is there. So I think Lyra is saying, best case scenario, Mike Young is there. Worst case scenario, Mike Young isn't there, but I get his Krugs. So no matter what, he does a really good job. But this ward here actually tips him off very early on that he is actually doing them. So like even if this was a blind play, it's actually a really good play from Lyra in terms of jungle sense. Lyra Predators grabs the lantern. Watch Mithy. So Hakuho has no flash. You'd be relying on him to hook, and you both have flash. Mithy throws the Q at Hakuho, and so he doesn't have it for Lyra here. If Mithy's able to like throw a Q here, then he slows him down. Sven can potentially stun him, right? You slow him down even more after with like Hail of Arrows. Able to walk straight by it. I actually think you might even get the Skarner shield off and remove the movement speed. His percent of current HP. So I think Mithy mechanically misplayed there by queuing Hakuho when he lanterns back. Yeah. Because they don't have flash. Like, he's not going to flash on you or anything. Right? I don't know what you're scared of here. You have flash. You can dodge hooks. Lyra coming after you, not so much. Lyra makes it to Sven. Smites him. Lyra grabs Mithy, who I think doesn't W in time or something. Or doesn't think he's the target. But because he doesn't have Q, like, that's huge. He flashes. Mithy walks forward. Gets hooked. Mithy even walks forward because he's just like, yeah. Mithy's just trying to be a bro and protect. Gets pulled back. Oof. This is actually sick from Hakuho. This is super sick from Hakuho for, like, multiple reasons. So, reason number one is that this hook, if it hits Mithy, you just kill Mithy and that's fine, right? You're going to get this kill. If he flashes, he's probably going to flash this way, maybe this way, but, like, he's not going to flash here. He's probably not going to flash, like, sorry, you're throwing it this way. He's probably going to flash, like, here because it's, like, maximum distance away from other people. So that's, like, reason number one, is it's pretty good for, like, covering Mithy and Mithy's flash. Reason number two is it'll hit Sven. And reason number three is he's fucking hiding the animation inside of other people. So, like, you can't even really see where he's going to throw this thing, or even that he's winding up hook. You have to go off audio cues on this and then react. So, like, he winds it up right here. So he's, like, inside of Skarner and Kog'Maw, and he's winding it up, and then he throws it. So, like, you can't see that. And he does that quite a bit, where he hides his model inside of other champions while he's throwing hooks. It's just so hard to see. It's like when people hide Kate traps behind turrets, or they hide, like, Orianna balls behind turrets. It's actually very effective. Like, hiding the animation or masking it is really good. So Hakuho throws it when Apollo's, like, right on top of him. Throws it in a line that gets Mithy if he flashes, Sven if he's going to be in that line, and it's huge. Yep, the TP's canceled from the flank. And then they get Sven off of... Ha! Yeah. And also, like, if Brahms wants to escape and he jumps to... Sven, then yeah. It's, like, really good. Is it a mistake by Sven to not just dip as soon as Skarner ult goes down? No, because he wants to be there for Mithy to get out. But and then a TP comes down, so it obviously looks like they're trying to counter it. Also, this is fun. Look at Hakuho's flash. It's Hex Flash right now. Now it's real flash. So Sven actually dies because Hakuho gets flash like 2 seconds before. Because of Summoner Spellbook as well. Right? If he doesn't have Summoner Spellbook here, then I don't know if Sven dies. So it's, like, really close. Like, Lyra would have to overcommit. He doesn't have flash. Apollo doesn't have flash. He doesn't have heal to speed himself up. So Hakuho just barely gets his flash back. And then he gets the kill. I feel like the Thresh ban has been a scapegoat for TSM's poor play. Instead of banning Thresh away, they tried twice to counterpick with more Tom. Yeah, I think the counterpicks on paper work, but we'll get into that more when we see it. Yeah. And yeah, you're gonna end up with way more vision score here. Like, having a trinket cooldown 28% faster and then 40% faster later is just, like, It's bonkers, man. It's like it's like Tracker's Knife status of crazy. Because like he also has zombie ward, right? So like he gets more zombie wards. So it's just kind of snowballing all of your vision because not only do you get more wards, you get more zombie wards than your opponent as well if he's running zombie ward too. Uh, and so your vision score just goes through the roof. So I think Ingenious Hunter, zombie ward will become mandatory in the jungle very soon. I like Lyra in game 4 ran Zac, I think, and he ran it secondary even though he bought no he didn't have Predator and he bought no activatable items. He literally took Ingenious Hunter just for the cooldown on the trinket. That's it. So he's trying to get that extra vision. Xmithy also did it in their series. So both the teams that abused Ingenious Hunter Zombie Ward with their jungler every single game actually won their series. Oh. Oh, no, that's rough from Solo because I was thinking like, oh, just walk here, right? Because he already used his E, so you can walk by walls. That's fine. His pillar's right there. That's fine. You're not gonna get slowed. He ulties, and then he starts walking this way instead of this way. So like, you end up here instead of here. You're gonna eat the knock. Yeah. The Q again. Yeah, I just think Solo runs the wrong way. Yeah. Solo runs the wrong way. I actually like that he doesn't flash. I think it's totally fine. If you're flashing, then I just don't think it's worth it. Because you're gonna flash over the wall, then you like lose all your 1v1 pressure, and he can always flash on you to like knock you and stuff. The fact he gets Bjergsen's flash and ignite is I think actually pretty big if they make a play off of it, because they can punish that. Because like if you're just dying as the top laner and that's it, you're just giving up one kill. That's fine, getting both summoner spells mid. If they can kill Bjergsen with his summoner spells down and get more than that, like the Infernal Drake that's about to come up in like a minute, 2 minutes, then that's a win. And Olaf is already low because the Drake. He's tanking it this whole time. So yeah, they like hard force here. Hakuo dies. Lyra comes through. Hanser comes through, and he wants to hit his Ornn ultimate, but he gets suppressed, so he can't. So it's good from Lyra to like camp the TP. But like Solo's TP is just a way better place. Okay. Yeah, I guess Bjergsen roots him. So he can't root Apollo after. Which I think that's an overplay. Cause you're stunning him anyway. And like Sven has ulti, right? Why can't you like Where's Sven's ulti go? Sorry. Investigation work. Okay, right there. Yeah, he's rooted. He's fucking rooted. He's rooted. He's rooted. No, so Sven ultis and it hits Hakuho as he dies. It goes to Apollo, who is now brittle and rooted. And if you all had just kind of committed to this, what's this poor little Kog'Maw gonna do? But regardless, it ends up being okay. The flash from Mike Young. Does he avoid the damage? He avoids the wall slam damage, so Mike Young saves himself a little bit. Actually, no, he was unstoppable, I think. Couldn't be displaced. Han starts to flash away. Ah. Oh, boy. What? What is Swain pulling off of here? Because like Swain passive is if somebody's CC'd, you get to like pull them, right? If they're immobilized. Okay. So Lyra stuns Haunter, and that's what does it, is that Haunter is he E's out to go back in, to get stunned, to get pulled, to have to flash. And then when he flashes, the root hits, and it hits both Mithy and Sven. Because it's even though it like you think it's only a single person ability, it's got like 100 radius or something. So when it detonates, it roots everybody that's near it. So Fevin hits 2 people with it, gets the W off. Mithy then dies. Sven then dies. And it actually is a 1 fight for clutch. So it's a fucking fiasco. Yeah, it's the Skarner stun. It's a fucking fiasco because Clutch Gaming should have gotten this Infernal Drake before anything even happened, so Clutch should have had that advantage. But then this fight happens, and TSM just play it really awkwardly because it's a good fight for them where they clear out Hakuho at the start. They go into solo, who's Meganar, which is just like pretty boosted, and then they don't even take advantage of the Sven ultimate that hits Apollo because they're like so scared of Febivin. But like if they're so scared of Febivin, why do they re-engage? Like, they're so scared of him, right? Like, if they're that scared of him, why does Haunter come back in? Just get out. Just leave. Go away. Go home. Solo almost dies. Yeah. Leave. Don't fight. Yeah, no need to, like, turn around there if you're so scared of this guy coming in. They're just not keeping their timers. So, yeah, TSM. TSM. Clutch Gaming swapped to the top side. Good, good. There's no Drake to play for, and you're strong enough to get both objectives. So you got the Infernal and you got the Rift Herald. Good, good. Woo! Let's see what happens here. Olaf runs by a ward. Olaf runs down bottom. Gnar is mega dead. So fighting for this, you really have to watch yourself. Shove up mid. Yeah, that's super clever. I actually like this from TSM. Like, because right now, I actually think Clutch are in a better position. I think they have items exactly where they need them. They're in a really good spot. They just like got Mithy chunked. They sweep with double sweeper. So like that's kind of the downfall of bringing I mean, badass vision score, but I just think it's really like having double sweeper is big. Place down a control ward in the pit. Place down a control ward here. They don't want to face check. So they walk this way. See, okay, they're around here. Say, wait for the next wave. Shove up mid. They try to. They try to shove up mid, but they give them the okie doke because they already swept this area and they just rush it. It's just really well done. I actually, wow. It's actually really bad. This ain't a corridor. This is a corridor. If they move up, they then have to move back down, wasting units of movement that you can catch up during. If you throw it there, they can continue moving this direction. And you slowed them. Maybe you get his flash. Who knows? But why would you throw it there? if you think you can like outplay and like knock somebody out of like a lantern or something, the lantern's thrown reactively. The lantern's thrown after he throws down the he bonks it in this direction, and then the lantern's thrown. Ouch. So he splits them 2 and 2. And so Bjergsen, I think, yeah, Hakuho gets to walk by, puts on the W. He's about to change, so they want to back up here because Meganar. They potentially look to 2v1. Solo stuns. Hakuho flays. Solo ulties. Febivin from this range. Fevin gets to enhance the CC. So this is like, Swain is super good in pit comp. Swain plus Thresh is actually stupid. That's basically a flash's distance of a pull range on Swain. He doesn't even see Lyra in here. Lyra's not in here. You don't see Lyra in here. It's 10,000 HP. You have 2 more wards after you place that one. Bjergsen has a control ward. Bjergsen's shoving mid. Mike Young is over here. Mike Young's in position to like flash steal, and he's not with his team. Like, you could just be here instead, which is closer to your team, and you're on a control ward. Here you do absolutely nothing. It's the wrong position to be in for a Baron, in my opinion. And he's just like jerking it. What's he doing? What are you doing? So he walks down there. What happens down here? They didn't see Lyra in there. Mithy decides, oh, 10k HP. We should probably face check with 2 people, as Bjergsen is finally coming from mid lane instead of threatening mid lane. Decide not to ward again. Lyra is there, grabs Sven. Sven just gets pulled in and he's dead. It's a good combo, but like, they should be warding more in that spot. It looks like Mithy like walks up to ward it, and then Lyra just flash gets him. Yeah, Sven should be further back, because if Sven is further back, it gives Mithy an escape route too. So, like, yeah, it's just good on Lyra to just like see the mistake. But like, Sven should be further back. They should wait for Bjergsen to crash. Mithy needs to check it in the first place, and you're his escape. So no reason for you to be up that far. You're not going to contribute too much. Good vision control from Clutch. Bjergsen does a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Is this Solo's fault? It's not. It's Hakuho's fault. Watch Hakuho. He's right here. Throws the hook. Solo's moving here to bounce off of Hakuho and land here. So he's going to bounce here, hit Bjergsen and Mithy that way. And Hakuho moves. So he would have been about here. And that hits Mithy and Bjergsen this way. So it's not Hakuho's fault for like missing the hook or anything. It's his fault for moving. Because it would have launched Solo. So now Solo's overcommitted without flash. And then he gets rooted by both Bjergsen and Sven. Ornn's coming through. They get the kill. Mithy flashes and QSS is away. Hauntzer is waiting on his ultimate. He doesn't have it for a few more seconds. Where is it? Blow the horn. Oh. They don't want to fight. What? What? Wait. Okay. I mean, like, both your carries are pretty healthy. And Ornn ultimate comes up now. And then they chase through. Where's the Ornn ulti? Where's the Ornn ulti? Where's the Ornn ulti? Where's the Ornn ulti? Okay. Feels bad, man. Like, if Hauntzer walks this way, and then they can actually get all 4 of them, like, maybe they just need better vision or something, but they need the Ornn ulti, because it's literally coming off cooldown. TSM just play it too safe. That's weird. Okay. Okay. So Hauntzer has no QSS. They grab him, they pull him back. I think Mithy's going to eat this root regardless. Comes out here. Well, no, he W's, so. Yeah. He W's in. Then he gets hooked. Yanked. Flayed. Then I think he QSS's right there. Because he has QSS. You can just see at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, he has QSS. Right? So Mithy has QSS. He has QSS up. And he has Flash. And he W's in to give Hauntzer resistances. And Rise isn't there. So they're just caught off guard once again by Lyra, Speed Boost, everything. He's got the Scuttle Crab. He's got the Righteous Glory. He Flash grabs Hauntzer. Hauntzer gets taken to half HP, like 1/4 HP. And he flashes away. Ornn ulties. But like Mithy has QSS for all of this. He's rooted. He uses ultimate to buffer through the hook, I think. Yeah. Yeah, he R's through the hook, but then he QSS's like when there's nothing left at the end. And so he dies with QSS and Flash. He QSS's late and he dies with Flash. And then Hauntzer dies because Febvin still has Flash and Hauntzer doesn't from earlier. So it's a bad play from Hauntzer. It's a bad play from Mithy. And they get the Baron. Okay. Bjergsen, I guess, says, screw it, goes bottom. Yeah. Even though there is a gold lead, they use... See, that's the thing as well. They use a lot of gold on QSSs on TSM side, but at the same time, they use those QSSs, but they pull the person who doesn't have one, right? Like, they have 3 QSSs, and so these 2 frontliners, you don't want to pull this one. He ulties out of it. And then I guess you just pull Hauntzer, and Hauntzer was ready and available. So it's like Mithy should actually be in front of him, just using his QSS, and he also has Flash, so he should have been fine. So this time, Mithy doesn't have QSS. It's on cooldown, right? Bjergsen does. Bjergsen does have QSS. Oof. Okay. So I just 100% check it. Yes, QSS up. The QSS for Mithy is down. Hakulho throws a hook towards Bjergsen. Celine Dion starts playing. Mithy takes the hook for him, and he dies. But watch Bjergsen. He QSS's! Bjergsen would have been able to save himself here, and Mithy overplays. Mithy dies 3 times in a row without flashing. And 2 times he QSS's too late. And then the other time, he doesn't have QSS, but the person that he blocks for had QSS and uses it pretty much on the frame that he would have been CC'd. So, like, he can't find his QSS key, and then he overplays to protect his teammate, thinking that his teammate can't find the QSS key. And with Mithy dead, like, solo backs, solo TP's in because he has the Baron buff, empowered recall. TP's in, flanks Haunter, slows Haunter down. They get the kill on Haunter. Yeah, it's like either because solo backs, they're gonna have a numbers advantage, and he's gonna be full HP. He has a good flank ward. The setup from Clutch is just better, and then they get to shove down mid, and they don't even have to take Elder Dragon here. Oh yeah, no, he's a Bonarino'd because he's relying on Ragnarok, which is on cooldown. Hook comes out, and this is my favorite part. Mithy's actually in the line of the hook, and Mithy has QSS back off of cooldown. So Mithy could take the hook for him. But Mike Young's no Bjergsen. Only Bjergsen gets the hook bodyguard. Mike Young, like, even stops. I don't know what Mike Young's doing. What's happening here? Does he get hit by something? And he throws the axe. He throws the Q. Hakuo walks up. Mike Young just stops. Did I leave the oven on? Oh shit, hook. And he just gets hooked. Like, I don't know. If Mithy has QSS, then Mithy can block it for him. I don't think Mike Young has any options there, actually. Like, if he moves back, like, because Mike Young walked this way, his escape route is like down here, which will make him move a little bit forward, up there, this way. And I'm pretty sure this hook covers like all of these options. This is like potentially the one that doesn't, but then Lyra probably stuns you if you're walking towards him. So, like, in order for Mike Young to survive here, Mithy has to be in front of him, eat it, and QSS. Because the mistake is the positioning from the get-go here. That's just rough. Mike Young dies. They get Hakuho in response, though. Let's see. How does Hakuho die? Oh, does he take it? Oh man, Mike gets destroyed. So Mike, he gets pulled by Swain this way. So Mike Young's like right here. Hold on, actually, is the camera moving during this time? Let's see. Where is Mike Young? All right, so Mike Young is right here. Let's just I'll mark his body with an X. Mike Young's right here before Swain pulls him this way. Now, we'll slow it down. Swain pulls him. Oof. Yeah, he's like right there. Swain pulls him to here. He flashes to here. So it's almost a flash worth of distance for the Swain pull off of whatever other CC. But then he gets Then he gets flayed, and he's like back where he started. So it's like the flash did nothing. Ugh. Yeah, that like the Swain plus Thresh combo is just disgusting. Because Thresh lands the hook, you can just he pulls him twice, but then like you get another extra like really large jerk from the Swain, and it's so jarring. And like he can pull off of Flay and hook. So even if like he walks up and flays somebody, Swain will just pull them, and it's really like a flash worth of distance there. So, ugh, that passive is so strong when you have the team that sets you up for it. Let's see, how much is left is there to this game? Not much. Oh yeah, this is the because the game was even until Clutch Gaming got the pick that got them Baron, and that was because of Hanser and Mithy. And then Mithy died again, and then Mithy died again. Ugh. Sven's lucky. Because this root actually hits both him and Hanser, and Fevivin pulls Hanser and not Sven. If he pulls Sven, Sven ends up here, and then he's just like, he's clutch food. Sven throws ulti. They ulti across there. That's really good. They kill Lyra. Perfecto. Really good Ornn ultimate. Solo. Ooh. They don't kill Solo fast enough. He turns Meganar. He W's right here. And it hits Sven. Sven QSS's. But I actually think it's really late. Hold on. Sorry. Let's just actually watch it in really slow motion here. So Sven gets stunned. And like, look at the stun timer over his head. This little thing right here. Yeah. He QSS's it pretty late. Sorry, my eye is bugging me. He QSS's it pretty late. And then there's a hook on the way to him. And Hanser moved down instead of up. Like, Hanser could potentially move up, but he's rooted here. And then when he gets unrooted, he moves down instead of up. So he's not frontlining for Sven. Sven just uses QSS. And Sven also has flash. So he doesn't flash the hook. So he's not like, he's just not looking. Either he thinks that Hanser's going to block for him, and he doesn't. He QSS is a little too late, and he doesn't even flash. So Sven dies there from mechanical thing. Because that fight looks good for TSM, right? That looks like a good fight. Right? Lyra dies. Lyra doesn't get to do his bullshit combo. You get an Ornn ultimate across like 3 people. Boom. Mithy hits 4. Boom. They can't dodge this shit. Boom. 3. Almost. Almost, but he transforms. While stunned. Because he buffered the W. Airborne. Yeah, and then he transformed with the W. Yep. You know how you actually... Oh, wait. The only way I think that they get this is if Hanser has like an incredible presence of mind and says we can't let him transform, and he flash auto procs the brittle. That's the way that he would do it. So he ulties, he knocks him up, he has brittle on him. Instead of Wing here, because what's he do? Is that a Q? It looks like he Qs and then Ws. Yeah, he Qs and then Ws, and he should just flash auto to prevent the transform if they want to burst him before that. But there's just like everything's connected, right? So it's like because Haunter doesn't do this, Mithy is put in a position where he has to do this, and he doesn't do any. He does the QSS late. He doesn't flash this, and so he's put in a position where he has to outplay. And you don't have to make it to that point. And then they win the fight. Like Clutch Gaming actually shouldn't have won this fight based on like how it started, because Lyra dies before anybody like gets to do anything. Does he get rooted by Swain? Is that what happens to Haunter? No. Oh, that's not Swain, is it? Again? Maybe you're right. God, there's so much particle noise in this shit. Yeah, the root comes out after. The root comes out way after. He's already queued by this point. You hit it, you flash auto, and then he's gonna get the he's gonna have the brittle proc, and then he's gonna have the Braum passive proc sooner. So even though he gets rooted, I don't think it matters because the window where he needed to flash to do that play is beforehand. Granted, it's a very high level, like in the moment, like we got to kill Gnar before he transforms, do every fucking thing you can to do it, type of play. And if you're banking on like Sven outplaying, then that's the other issue. And then they just lose the game off that fight. And that game was even until Mithy messed up 2 to 3 times. Sven messed up 2 times. Haunter messed up 2 times. Bjergsen messed up at the very beginning by not swapping to TP. And then Mike Young potentially messed up by not going all in bottom. But I think that's more Bjergsen's fault for not facilitating and allowing his team to make that play with confidence because he didn't take TP. Or didn't swap to TP. That is game dos. A lot of mistakes.